Hello, viewers, listeners, and the students. Today, you are welcome in the class of company law, wherein we shall go ahead of the past topic like directors of the company. Since we have read in two classes the all about or where about the introduction of the company, appointments of the company, qualification of the company. Now the powers and duties are the main things after the position of the directors. Directors is whole and soul, or directors are whole and soul of the company. Since company is a legal person or distinct person or artificial person, so it cannot run by itself. Company can act through natural person, and so there is a need of a person who got the status of whole and soul like owner of the company, and it is supposed that what director does the company itself. In this way, in this regard, we can say that what the company has got the powers are the powers of the directors also. But powers are named in the way of the directors. So directors are sometimes agent and a trustee as well as the organ of the company. So directors have got more power, more facility, more independency, so that he or they can act in such a way that the benefit and the object of the company can be achieved. Now, the company is bounded by the articles as well as memorandum of the company. So the directors are also said to be bound under the memorandum and articles of the company. In this way, company or directors of the company must have to go through the provision of the Company Act, that is, by the act which is inserted in the way of memorandum of association as well as articles of association. The memorandum has got the status of constitution, whereas the articles has the status of the functioning and acts of the persons employed or employed in the company. Now, so far as the power and act are concerned, so very honestly and properly, carefully and honestly, the directors are hereby are responsible or have liability to act in such a way that company may go above than the object which it has been promised in the prospectus as well as in the memorandum of association. In this regard, all powers as well as duties are related with the directors, and so director or directors has or have to go side by side together so that company may function in a good way or run in a good way to achieve its goal. Now, powers are given to the directors in such a way that he should consider or they should consider in a good way so that company may not have any litigation by the way. But if the directors act in a way that it goes to the beyond of the powers given to him or them. Now, sometime if the directors go in such a way that it is beyond the provision of the Company Act or the memorandum as well as articles. In that case, it is said that the director or directors has or have acted beyond his power given. And so, he is bound to play, bound to run the company, bound to act in such a way that it does not go beyond the power so provided. And if he goes out of the power, then ultra vires a principle which has come from a famous case, Asbury Railway Company and Iron Company Ltd versus Riche 1875, wherein Riche, a man as a contractor from Belgium, contracted with the company Asbury Railway Carriage and Iron Company for supplying railway coaches as well as rails and spares of the new formation of new railway. Contract was done under the provision of the company and which was guided by the Article of Association and Memorandum of Association. Now, in the middle of the running of the work in Belgium, the man named Riche requested the director of the company, said company, that except the supply of the things, he should have to give some money so that the Riche can add that sum to improve to go to ahead of the work in progress. Now, the directors of the company with Riche contracted a memorandum of sign that he will help him in money also. For that, the directors called a meeting or general meeting in which a resolution was passed by the shareholders and other person and members of the company. And by the way, the director understood that he had got the right to help the Riche by money also. But provision of the company, provision never said to go the directors in that way. And so his act was meant as beyond the power of the director. And so it was meant as a ultra virus, and all responsibility went to director for doing such an act. And so here the defense taken by the director was that what that he had done, he did in the benefit of the company, but law and act of the company said that no, it was beyond the power of the company. So though it was in favor of the company and benefits of the company, but because it was beyond the power of the company, then it was useless, in vain, and it was the out of the object so written in the memorandum. In this way, I like to say that director has to take all cares and honesty and due diligence so that the director may not go beyond the power given to him. So let us see what are the powers of the directors. Mainly, powers of directors can be divided into two parts. One is called general power and another is specific power of the director. Let us see one by one. In general power, you can see one by one. First is that directors may exercise all powers to which the company has or have, but they cannot use such powers which are not provided by the memorandum and articles of association and act not authorized by the annual meeting of the company. Next point is that directors have a right to get the notice of each meeting. Since the directors have many powers, and so it is his specific privilege that he should get the information of the meetings which is yet to be held in the coming month, so on. Now, point number 3, directors have been given powers to observe all documents, registers, other valuable documents during the commercial hours. Now, the word commercial hours indicates the hours of working, that is called business hour, in which he can watch and observe the all valuable documents so that he may have the knowledge of the documentary subject matters. Now, next power as we consider is that directors have right to control over the officers and employees of the company in as per his choice. These are some of rights which are called general rights, which is common to all. Anybody can know it very well. Now, so far as specific powers are concerned, there can be enumerated as follows. Directors has right to appoint rightful persons on any vacant posts. Point number 2, directors have right to sell and purchase and distribute share by the provision of the company given so. Fourth point is that the directors have power to invite application of the outsider as a shareholder or as a debenture holder and by other way also. So these are the specific powers. And fifth is that directors have a right to contribute in national fund if any, and such contribution is also a subject matter to be recorded in the accounts. Means the outgoing, incoming accounts must be enumerated in a register so that it is supposed to be record of the company. In this way, the directors, while exercising such general or specific powers or rights, have to keep in the mind that what they are doing for the benefits of the company, not the benefits of oneself. If such acts are not in the favor of the company, they are supposed to be illegal and against the interest of the company. So this is all about your power of the company. Now, duties are also here to be studied. Duties of directors are to go with together, so that a director must know powers and about duties which have been provided to him or them by the act or the memorandum of the company and articles of the company. The persons who are appointed as director in several ways, but if still he is director, he should or he must know the powers as well as duties, so that they cannot go beyond, and they are supposed to be the trustee organs and the agent of the company in different position, and so they have got many liabilities with thee. Now let us see what are the duties. First of all, one point is a director shall act in accordance with the articles of the company. Point number 2, he or they had to act in good faith in order to promote the objects of the company for the benefit of the members as well as the best interest of the company and its employees and others also. Third point is that director has to exercise his duty with due and reasonable care, skill and diligence, and shall exercise independent judgment. Next point, a director shall not involve in a situation in which he may have a direct or indirect interest that conflicts and it would harm him, so that he should remain away from that direct or indirect interest. Point number 5. Directors have duty to attend meetings whenever he calls upon. Point number 6. They have duty not to delegate powers, and directors have been prohibited to delegate the power in this way. Lastly, they have got duty to act honestly and in good faith, so that all benefits and no irregularities shall take place in the company in the further. Thank you.